Fife Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel, Fife's premier wedding venue.
Regardless of which way the result went, I was pretty pleased with the work ethic tonight. We challenged them to be better all week, sharpened up a little bit systematically. The big message this week was starting the hockey game how we want to compete for the entire season. And I think it carried over for most of the game. Most of the game we faded slightly as it went on. If you're not used to playing at that pace in the summer, it's very difficult to maintain, especially being short bodies. But I thought they did a great job tonight.
There was a point maybe in the start of the second where it seemed like you're kind of being pushed back into the defensive zone, but then they came back and they spent a lot of time, back attacking again.
Oh yeah, I mean the message really to the guys was a pretty simple one this week. It was, you get the puck, hold on to the puck. Don't give it away easy. Be difficult to play against, and they were at times, and that was a significantly bigger team than we played last week. Maybe not as fast at times, but big and strong and physical. So I thought we handled it well for the most part.
So the goal scorer tonight, Chase Shaber, obviously gets the first goal, and then Kyle Just and Sam Jones both been presented with opportunities and burying them, which is, I guess, what you really want them to do.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I thought defensively that German side were pretty sound at times. They played well in the neutral zone, pretty structured in the D zone. It was difficult to get pucks through, but we're going to face that. Once we get into the domestic campaign, we're going to face that on a nightly basis. But I mean, that's a good side there. We coped with it well. We coped with it well, though, and really kind of took our opportunities, because a lot of opportunities were from the outside side for both teams.
Sam Jones, with that final goal, he was saying when he spoke to us earlier that that's the first time he's been on a breakaway, and he buries the puck. He's quite a player.
Well, he looks seasoned, right? We're initially very pleased with Sam. We knew we were going to get a good player. I think that we've managed to find a very good one. I think he's going to fit well into this group of guys that we have. I think he's going to be very popular with our fan base as well.
Jordan Bressa, man of the match this evening. Jordan seems to have come back in this season definitely ready to play and definitely ready to stand up and be counted.
Well, these guys know they're all competing for spots in the lineup, and this preseason is a great chance not only for Jordan but for all the young guys to really show how hard they've worked over the course of the summer and show that they want to be out there on a regular basis. I think that it's amazing what a few games under the belt does for the young guys' confidence. And for example, I think Smitty and Scott Jameson look stronger this week. Now, it's little things, and they're only going to learn by experience. And it's tough when you get into a domestic campaign that you want them to be ready to do the little things that are going to make them successful. So they really struggled on the wall in our zone tonight to get pucks out, and then we got hemmed in. But if they don't get to experience that, they never learn, right? So this is the forum where they have to learn that, because the consequences are a lot higher when you're playing in your league. Other than that, I thought they skated well tonight. Young Smitty didn't shy away from the physical play. They got to sharpen up the edges around, and I'm being hypercritical right now. I know the guys are proud of them. I'm proud of them. It's lovely to see local guys out there playing a regular shift for the entire game. I grew up here playing that, like for the last 20 years. It was, it was that way, except for since we joined the Elite League. So it's been a tough adjustment for us. But seeing guys that are going to be able to learn to play and compete at our level, it's nice to see them developing.
And with the way that the league is going this season, certainly from the early games, you've got a lot of teams that are bigger and stronger. You kind of need every single person on that bench to be able to contribute.
Well, and you have to remember, over the 8 or so years that we've been involved in the Elite League, the team's really evolved, and we've gone through a number of processes, and it was about trying to develop young local talent to be able to play into this hockey club. But first of all, you need that local talent that are capable of doing it and be willing to put in the hard work. And I think we've kind of located a group of young guys that are willing. It's still a long road up. You know, it's still a long ways to go. But we're going to continue to work hard with them and keep pushing them forward. It's very difficult. Like you see, when you look at a league table divided only by a handful of points, like last season's at the end of the year, the first game in September is as important as the last game in March, right? It really is. So when we look at that picture, we think, okay, do we turn on to a developmental year? Will our fan base be happy with that? Do we piece these guys in where we can? Do we give them a chance? There's a lot of decisions that go into that. And plus, they have to be willing to do that hard work on a weekly basis and fight for it. So we're rooting for all of them. They're certainly going to get the opportunities. It's up to them to take it.
Talking about young guys getting confidence, Andrew Little started the game in the net, so the first 10 minutes, great account of himself.
I'm so happy that he got that opportunity to do that. He wasn't slated to go into net tonight. I figured I would try and get a look at him tomorrow at some point. He was probably going into warm-up like he did last season 60 times, not preparing to play the hockey game, taking some shots, getting some time in. Thought he stood up well. He had 3 or 4 shots that he had to make saves on. And the crowd responded very well to him, so it's a great experience for him as well.
And just finally, we're back in this building again tomorrow night. Same team. What for the fans that are maybe on the fence about coming? What are they going to see tomorrow night?
I think you remember we have to inject 4 guys into this lineup, which is exciting for the coaching staff, and I know that the rest of the guys are excited to get them in. It looks like we have a hard-working team here, a hard-working group of guys that are really getting close quite quickly in the year. And as soon as we start adding 2 more guys with experience of playing into 5, 2 more capable guys who are certainly capable of putting up offense, it's got the makings of a good season for the Fife Flyers. I think that people should come out. This is a great way to obviously support the young guys playing, but not only the young guys, really welcome the new guys and the returning guys back. And it's our last preseason friendly. By the way that game was going by the end, I don't know if it's going to be as friendly tomorrow. I'm not sure. But it's nice to see good competition come into the building and give these teams something to cheer about. 3 games and 3 overtime games. Tomorrow should bring something exciting.
The Bay Hotel, where your dream wedding becomes reality. Visit us at thebayhotel.net.